I've been telling you guys, man, these leftists are ingrained deep into our education system. These communists, these Marxists, they're right down the road at your local college. Now, leftists, communists, and Marxists had their No Kings protests and riots again. And it was a complete failure. It really is, man. I mean, these No Kings riots and protests, man, just a bunch of leftists out there, spewing that communist nonsense. And also they say some things, guys, that make them end up losing their jobs. Yeah, these leftists, man, at these No Kings protests and riots, man, they come out and they say whatever they want to say, but it has consequences. These people don't want to be peaceful. They want chaos and destruction. And sometimes they want you to take up arms and shoot ICE officers. Yeah. Now, what if I was to tell you guys that a staffer at a college actually told people to do that? Yeah. Folks, we got to go over this clip because this man is now facing the music for telling people to pick up a gun and shoot ICE officers. He said they need to be wiped out. And of course, he had to use the term fascist, talking about the government. We're not a fascist country, okay? Fascists aren't involved with the federal government. They're not. President Trump is far from a fascist, and they know this. They really do. But these people don't care, man. They don't care. Just a bunch of communists out there that want the destruction of the United States of America. I don't know about you guys, but I say no. We should not allow these leftists to destroy our country. Because, folks, no doubt about it, this country is definitely deeply divided. It is us versus the communists. And I remember growing up, guys, America used to be very much against communists. Soviet Union, Cold War, all that happened when I was a kid. It was a real thing. It was a real threat. But now, since the Soviet Union is gone, man, little by little, these communists have been out and about in the United States. Yeah, we even have a person that probably will win the mayoral race in New York City. This man just became a citizen like 4 years ago, and he's a devout communist, pretty much calling to overthrow the system of government. That is terrifying, folks. But let's go ahead and get into this because this staffer, he found out. Here we go. Right over here. Libs of TikTok put this out. Wilbur Wright College staffer Moises Burnell, who called to shoot and kill ICE agents, has been fired. Another one bites the dust. And if you don't believe me, this is on words right here. Let's play it.
You gotta grab a gun. We gotta turn around the guns on this fascist system. These ICE agents gotta get shot and wiped out. The state machinery, that's a full display right there, has to get wiped out. You gotta grab.
Yeah, you guys heard that, right? You guys heard that right there. He said, all of a sudden now leftists want you to get guns, as long as you're aiming them at ICE agents and shooting them. Yeah, he found out. He completely found out, folks. So right over here, and actually just a little bit of a background on him. This is from a Chicago City Wire. And it says here, Moises Burnell, an adult education manager at Wilbur Wright College, is at the center of controversy following remarks made during the No Kings Chicago protests. According to a post on X, Burnell suggested that ICE agents should be shot and wiped out, while advocating for the use of guns against what he described as a fascist system. I want to know what makes our system fascist. I'm curious about that. President Trump is just enforcing the laws that Congress enacted. Yeah, that's what Congress enacted. If you want change, then guess what? You got to go through Congress. Look here, it says Bernal Puentes is identified as the adult education manager at Wilbur Wright College, part of City Colleges of Chicago. And they actually list his contact information right there. It doesn't really matter because now he's out of there. Yeah. Look at this right here. A college staff member who went viral for calling on leftists to shoot immigration and customs enforcement officers and for them to be wiped out was reportedly canned. Calling for the murder assassination is not First Amendment protected speech. It's not. Actually, it's illegal, folks. Yeah. It actually says right here. And in fact, it is outright illegal when aimed at intimidating or impeding a federal officer. Impeding a federal officer. Wilbur Wright College decided that it no longer wanted to be associated with Moises Bernal after his No Kings protest rant turned bloodthirsty per Fox News. And it's probably time for federal charges against Bernal with attacks on ICE up 1,000%. Authorities cannot afford to ignore explicit calls for violence. Yeah, I believe the federal government needs to pay a visit to this man. I really do. Because what he did was not First Amendment. It was inciting violence. Goes on, it says Fox News obtained a statement last week with a City Colleges of Chicago spokesperson who announced that, quote, the individual is no longer employed by Wilbur Wright College or any affiliated colleges. Our college system does not tolerate violence or incitement under any circumstances. Yeah. And it's rhetoric like what Mr. Bernal was saying that causes ICE agents to get attacked at these ICE facilities. Man, in Dallas, guys, there was actually a shooting. Some guy tried to assassinate ICE agents, but guess what? He ended up, I believe, shooting a couple of illegal aliens, ended up killing one, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Leftists out of their minds. The Democratic Party is out of their minds. Man, it really has been a quick fall for the Democratic Party. It really has, man. They got really radical, really violent, really fast. Remember, you actually did have active Democrat politicians out there at these No Kings protests. And they endorse all this stuff, guys. They endorse the violence. They really do. Make no mistake about it. They endorse the violence. I mean, folks, they got leaders like AOC, Zoran Mandami. And he's running on Trump derangement and communism in New York City. Like he's actually going to stop Trump in New York City. Not going to happen. Yeah, you can win that race, but guess what? You're not going to stop the federal government from doing their job. You're not going to do it. Really astonishing, guys, that this guy just became a citizen like 4 years ago. And now he's actually pretty much calling for the overthrowing of the federal government. Wow. That's a problem. That is a major problem, folks. But that's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time.